The air inside Iron Core MMA gym in Detroit was hot and full of strong smells. It smelled like sweat, old leather, and dreams people didn't talk about. This gym was where people came to fight, train, and chase their goals. The gym was loud with the sounds of punches hitting pads and shoes sliding on the cracked floors. Outside, the city was noisy, but inside the gym, everything was about fighting. It was a hot night in July 2025. The lights in the gym flickered and made big shadows on the ring. Fighters were wrapping their hands, punching pads, and watching each other with serious faces. But this night was different. A new person walked into the gym, and nothing would be the same again. His name was Jason Statham. He was 58 years old. He walked into Iron Core with a big duffel bag on his shoulder. He wore an old black tank top and torn fight shorts. His body looked strong and tough, with scars that showed he had been in many real fights. Jason wasn't just an actor who did fake fights in movies. He had fought in real places, in real battles. Jason grew up in the rough parts of London. He had fought in alleys and in small boxing rings before he became a movie star. He had trained for years in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and kickboxing. His body was strong and fast, and his hands had marks from many punches. He wasn't in Detroit to be famous. He was there to train for a movie role. He wanted a tough gym that didn't care about fame. He wanted to train in a real place, with real fighters. But this gym, Iron Core, was ruled by a tough man named Dominic Grismaro. Dominic was big and scary. He had a shaved head and a mean face. His voice was loud, and everyone in the gym listened when he talked. Dominic said he had trained many champions. He had two top fighters, Tyrone Diesel Knox and Rafael/Mendez. Tyrone was a giant man with a very strong right punch. Rafael was smaller, but fast and sharp. He was good at throwing elbows in fights. These two fighters helped Dominic stay in charge of the gym. To Dominic, the gym was his kingdom, and he was the king. When Dominic saw Jason walk in, he smiled in a mean way. "Well, well," Dominic said loudly. "If it isn't Jason Statham, the movie star. What's a fake Hollywood guy doing in my gym? Are you here to film a fight scene with some actors?" People in the gym laughed. The fighters stopped what they were doing and turned to watch. In one corner, a 20-year-old kid named Malik Carter stopped in the middle of throwing a jab. He looked at Jason with big eyes. Next to Malik was Reggie Brickdawson, a 49-year-old man who had been fighting for a long time. Reggie Brickdawson had a face full of scars and a life full of tough fights. He shook his head slowly. "This isn't going to be nice, kid," Reggie Brickdawson said. "Dominic eats guys like him for breakfast." Jason put his bag down and looked at Dominic with calm blue eyes. His voice was quiet but strong. He had a thick London accent. "I'm just here to train, mate," Jason said. "Got a ring? I'll show you what I can do." The gym got quiet. Everyone was watching. Malik whispered to Reggie Brickdawson, "Do you think he's for real?" Reggie Brickdawson had seen many fake tough guys before. He shrugged. "We'll see," Reggie Brickdawson said. "Dominic doesn't fight fair." Dominic smiled wider. He wanted to make fun of Jason in front of everyone. He wanted to show that movie stars didn't belong in real gyms. "All right, Statham," Dominic said. "Let's see what you got. Diesel, get in there. Give the movie star a warm-up." Tyrone was 6 feet 3 inches and looked like a train. He walked into the ring and cracked his knuckles. He smiled like this was going to be easy. The bell rang. The sparring match began. Tyrone rushed forward and threw a big punch, thinking Jason would fall down like an actor in a movie. But Jason moved fast, like water. He ducked the punch and slid to the side. His feet moved perfectly. He was ready. Jason swung back with a hard punch to Tyrone's ribs. The hit was loud, like thunder. Tyrone stumbled backward. He stopped smiling. He held his side and looked surprised. The gym went quiet again. No one had expected that. Dominic looked angry. "Slash. Get in there." Dominic shouted. Rafael was fast and dangerous. He jumped into the ring right away. His eyes looked sharp. This was not just training now. This was a real test. They wanted to break Jason. Jaden's heart was beating fast. He had never seen someone stand up to Dominic's fighters. Reggie Brickdawson, standing beside him, noticed something. Look at him, kid, Reggie Brick Dawson said softly. Look how calm he is. Look at his hands, ready but not tight. This guy has been in real fights. Just watch. Tyrone was still hurt but didn't give up. He came running back into the ring. He lifted his big right hand and aimed a strong punch at Jason's head. Jason didn't panic. He ducked again and moved away. He punched back with speed and power. His fist hit Tyrone's jaw. Tyrone fell to the floor with a loud thud. The whole gym gasped. Dominic's face turned red with rage. You think this is a movie set? He shouted. Slash. Break him. Raphael circled Jason like a wild cat. He threw fast kicks and punches. But Jason was faster. He blocked, ducked, and hit back. He hit Raphael's stomach, then his chin. Raphael stumbled too. Now the gym was cheering. They were not laughing anymore. They were amazed. Jason was winning. Jaden turned to Reggie Brick Dawson, eyes wide. He's really doing it. Reggie Brick Dawson nodded slowly. Told you, kid. He's the real deal. Jason didn't show off. He didn't smile or yell. He just kept moving, kept fighting. Even when Raphael tried to trick him with fast jabs and sneaky elbows, Jason stayed calm. He moved like he had done this 1,000 times. Finally, Dominic shouted, "That's enough." Raphael stepped back, breathing hard. Jason stood still, not even tired. Dominic walked into the ring. He stared at Jason. The gym was totally silent. You think you can come in here and show me up? Dominic growled. I didn't come here to show off, Jason said calmly. I came here to train. Dominic looked around. His fighters were bruised. The gym had seen everything. Then something surprising happened. Dominic nodded. Fine, he said. You can train. But no special treatment. I don't want any, Jason said. The fighters started training again, but now they looked at Jason with respect. Even Tyrone and Raphael gave him a nod. Jaden couldn't stop smiling. That was awesome, he whispered. Reggie Brick Dawson chuckled. Maybe you'll learn something from watching him, Reggie Brick Dawson said. From that day on, Jason came to the gym every day. He trained hard. He helped younger fighters. He didn't act like a star. He acted like a fighter. Jaden started asking him questions. Jason showed him how to punch better, how to stay calm. Malik listened and learned. Reggie Brick Dawson sparred with Jason too. They laughed between rounds. It was like the gym had changed. Dominic still acted tough, but he didn't mess with Jason again. He watched from the side, arms crossed. Jason had come to Detroit for a movie. But he found something more. He found a gym where people worked hard. A place where dreams still mattered. And for the fighters at Iron Core, they had found something too. They had found a new kind of hero. Not one from the movies, but one made of real sweat, scars, and heart. Jason moved fast. He ducked, turned left, and then hit Tyrone in the belly with his knee. Tyrone was a big, strong man. But Jason's knee hit so hard that Tyrone bent over like a foldable chair. Just then, Raphael saw his chance. He ran toward Jason and started throwing lots of punches. His elbows were swinging like sharp slashes. One of Raphael's hits touched Jason's shoulder. It wasn't a big hit, but it made a thin line of blood on Jason's skin. Still, Jason didn't even blink. He caught Raphael's arm in the middle of a punch and twisted it. With a fast move, Jason threw Raphael to the ground. Raphael landed on his face with a loud smack. The people watching all gasped. Malik's mouth fell open in shock. Reggie Brick Dawson smiled a little, something he almost never did. But Dominic, the coach, got really mad. His face turned red, and he yelled loudly, "Both of you, now!" Dominic was angry. He stepped into the ring too. Now it was 3 against 1. Everyone around the ring stopped talking. They made a big circle, waiting to see what would happen. Jaden whispered, he already beat 4 guys before this. But Reggie Brick Dawson saw something special in Jason. Jason's eyes weren't scared. They were full of fire and focus, like a lion getting ready to pounce. He had been in worse situations before. And he wasn't going to run away now. Suddenly, the fight exploded. Tyrone came at Jason, swinging his huge fists like diesels. Raphael tried to kick Jason's legs so he would fall down. And Dominic, the biggest of the three, ran at Jason with a giant punch aimed at his face. But Jason moved like lightning. He ducked under Dominic's punch. Then he slammed his palm into Dominic's chest, right in the middle. Oof. Dominic couldn't breathe. Tyrone's fist hit Jason's cheek a little. It made some blood come out. But Jason spun around quickly and hit Tyrone with the back of his fist. Wham! It hit Tyrone right on the jaw. He fell to his knees with a loud thud. Raphael tried to grab Jason from behind. He wrapped his arms around Jason's waist. But Jason didn't let that happen. He bent his legs and pushed hard. He broke free and grabbed Raphael's neck. Jason locked Raphael in a strong hold called a guillotine choke. Raphael's face turned red. He slapped the mat over and over, the sign that he gave up. Dominic, who was still out of breath, roared in anger. He ran at Jason like a big, angry bull. But Jason didn't get scared. He moved to the side and let Dominic run right past him. Dominic tripped and hit the ropes. Then he crashed down onto the floor. Dominic didn't just hurt his body. His pride was broken too. Jason stood over him, calm and strong. His hands were red and bloody, but he didn't shake. Blood ran down his cheek, but his eyes were cold and serious. "You done?" Jason asked in a deep, quiet voice. No one made a sound. The gym was so quiet, you could hear a pin drop. Dominic panted and nodded slowly. He knew he had lost. His ego was crushed. Tyrone and Raphael got up slowly and walked to the side. They were limping. Their angry looks were gone. Now they looked at Jason with surprise and respect. Jason wiped the blood from his face with the back of his hand. Then he stepped out of the ring. He picked up his water bottle, just like it was any normal day. Jaden walked up to him. His voice was shaky because he was still amazed. "Mr. Statham, that was crazy. How did you learn to fight like that?" Jason gave a small, tired smile. His voice was soft and had a little British sound. "Years of getting hit, kid," he said. "And never backing down." He looked at Malik. "Keep training. You've got fire in you." Reggie Brickdawson was leaning on a big punching bag. He looked at Jason and said, "Didn't think you had that in you, man. Respect." Reggie Brickdawson had spent years trying to win fights, but he never made it big. Still, he loved the sport. And after watching Jason fight, something changed inside him. Jason's fight showed Reggie Brickdawson, and everyone, that you don't need to be loud to be strong. You just need a heart. Real heart. And Jason had it. That night, something big changed in the gym. Everyone started talking about what they saw. News spread fast, all over Detroit's fight scene. People said, "Did you hear about Jason Statham? He's not just an actor. He's the real deal." He beat Dominic, Raphael, and Tyrone, all at once. Iron Core Gym wasn't Dominic's gym anymore. It had a new leader now. Not someone who shouted. Not someone who was bullied. Jason didn't want to be king. But after that fight, everyone looked up to him. The fighters trained harder. They were inspired by what Jason did. Jaden worked twice as hard. He dreamed of becoming a cage fighter one day. And now, he believed it could happen. Reggie Brickdawson felt something inside him he hadn't felt in years: pride. He even started helping Malik with his footwork. Dominic, who used to laugh and make fun of others, stayed quiet now. He didn't joke. He didn't tease. He just watched and trained silently. He had been humbled, in front of everyone. Jason Statham, the man people thought was just a movie star, had shown them all something real. He had shown them grit. And grit isn't fake. Grit means you don't give up. Grit means you fight with everything you've got, even when it's hard. Jason didn't come to be a hero. He came to train. But when he left, he had become a legend. That night, he walked outside into the cool Detroit air. The city lights blinked in the dark. The sounds of cars and people filled the streets. But Jason's heart beat strong and steady. Just like the city, raw, strong, and real. He didn't need cheers. He didn't need trophies. He had already won something better: respect. The gym's walls, which used to echo with Dominic's shouts, now felt different. They buzzed with new energy, hope, hard work, and truth. Jason had changed everything, not with words, but with courage. Blood and sweat had written a new story inside Iron Core, and that story belonged to Jason Statham. He walked away quietly. No music, no spotlight, just the sound of his shoes on the sidewalk. But everyone inside the gym knew. That night, they saw something real, and they would never forget it. If you enjoyed this story, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the next thrilling adventure or mysterious twist. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.